going on, y'all? So I am back. I'm back. Come back, y'all. Come back in the building so we can finish this. I am back. Child, we got me a snack. I was hungry as hell. So, child, I am back. Y'all come back. Come back in the building as you come in per usual. Y'all hit the like button so we can resume this whole topic, y'all. We're gonna move on. Sorry about that, you guys. There was a power outage. So I'm back. Power is back. Yeah, part 2. And I was eating, child. I'm so hungry, Lord. And we got me a snack and everything. So y'all come back in the building. I am back. I'm back, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and resume the show, child. This is YouTube, what they call it, struggle streams, stuff happens, But we are back. So make sure you guys come back so we can wrap this up. Hit the like button as you come in. Definitely do that.
It's your wedding ring.
We're going to finish this, y'all, and then, we're going to move on. So hit the like button, y'all. I saw y'all in the comments. I went on my phone for a second because to let y'all know what happened. And I saw y'all in the comments. Y'all was like, the powers that be don't want to hear what she said because she telling the truth. Y'all be on it. They be ready like, baby, or they trying to shut her down because she telling the truth. That was funny. But y'all be on it. Y'all was like, oh, she's spitting that knowledge, so they don't want to hear it. They shutting it down. That's funny to me. But anyway, all right, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and finish this show on up. Hit the like button as y'all come back in. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. Let's go ahead and resume this. I backed this one up just a little bit so we can hear what she was saying, because we know this lady was lying and she tried to blame it on the man. I don't know where we stopped. I don't know what I was saying, but let's just continue from here. So as you come back in, make sure you hit the like button. Anybody watching for the first time, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoy the content, go ahead and subscribe. It is free to subscribe. Hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. Share and like the video as well. So let's get back into it.
That was the reason that we had to get sized, because when they put them on our finger, they were too small. So the lady said she had to size them for us. So we're going to get them tomorrow.
You're getting tomorrow. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I saw the wedding dress. I saw that. So Donald, tell me how you proposed to her. How did you do it?
So I basically I did it like.
So we go, because I don't want to hear that story.
It started out with a.
So he's basically going to explain how he proposed, which is all a lie for those who missed it. I don't want to hear all that again. We're going to move past that. But we did go back to the part where she did say the rings were too small. So they had to have them resized. But we're going to speed it up to where he said the rings were too big. And then he just kind of like lost it.
So,
Let me see.
They were like, would try to lock me up or something like that. That was the prank was about.
Wait, so was you already inside the job?
Yeah.
Okay, so walk.
So he's lying. Black Goku says they're a couple. Why are they even on the show? I think they met on the show. She met him on the show. He was on the show separately and she was on the show separately. And they met. She reached out to him, and that's how they became this couple. They both came from the Kendra G show. Let's continue.
Walk me through it. So you're in the job, and then what happened?
So he lying.
The police.
He lying.
Right. And so when she came out there, no,
all this happened and nobody videotaped it. For some reason they can't find the video. All this commotion, the police are there. You said other people came up and there's not
find the video.
They couldn't. So nobody else. So you said traffic stop, right, Donald? People right. Traffic stop, and no one had their phone out.
Nobody had their phone out.
No, not one person.
Remember that one coworker? Well, it was a couple.
Just the one coworker had the phone. I mean, you were here. You were engaged. What's the update?
I'm not engaged no more.
Girl.
Angelina, were you ever really engaged? Because a lot of people didn't believe that story,
No,
including myself, to be quite.
Donald was lying. I was not engaged to that man.
You're the one that called me and said that you were engaged, so he wasn't lying.
Well,
You were lying.
he wanted to call you and tell you that we were engaged, and I kept telling him, I was like, don't call Kendra, don't waste her
Angelina,
time
pause.
calling.
Angelina, I'm not gonna let you lie to my face. You gotta take responsibility for your lie. You were along with the lie. You were on the lie with him. You were feeding the lie. So y'all were lying together. He did not kidnap you, put you in a cave, and make you come on that live with a gun to your head. So you're not gonna put the lie on him. You're gonna put the lie on each other.
No, I wasn't gonna put it all on him. It's not all his fault. But
the first thing you said is Donald was lying. No, we were lying was the proper statement. So what was the point of lying to us and the audience to say that you were engaged to be married?
that was not my intention to lie and say that we were engaged.
What is the intention when you call into my show and tell me that you're engaged and make up this whole proposal of how it happened? If it wasn't the intention to lie, what was the intention?
No, the intention was to update you on us being together. It wasn't me calling you to tell you that we were engaged.
Did y'all get engaged?
Tell me. You tell me. I don't know. You sound like crazy. About 4 days ago.
Well, I want to hear, how did he propose? How did you propose?
I ain't proposed yet. We just.
You did propose, crazy. Why you playing on her show like that?
You had a whole wedding. You telling me you're looking for? You posted a whole wedding
Yeah,
dress.
I posted a wedding dress. We went and looked for wedding dresses, and I tried one on. I tried a couple of them on.
Okay, you posted a wedding dress. You had a whole situation of a wedding dress posted before you called me. You called me and told me you were engaged. Y'all talked about this fake proposal. That was the intention to call us to tell us you were engaged. You don't do all those things. We can't see your face. We need the light. You don't do all those things if that wasn't the intention.
Listen, I know grown women, y'all, and let me know if y'all know something, who have lied straight up. Like this is social media, but this stuff happens in real life. I know grown women who have sit up there and lied. I mean, blatantly lied and said that they were engaged. Now, I'm not talking about how women, how women will wear like engagement rings to throw men off and make, back in the day, I don't know if they're still doing that now, but women will wear engagement rings to, ward off men because they weren't interested in, and just, tell the man I'm married, they're married. So he won't try to approach them or just leave them alone. But there are some women who have straight up lied about getting married, about being engaged, getting married. They tell this elaborate lie about a wedding, where the wedding is going to be, what they're wearing, all like a fake date and everything. And it's all a fabricated lie. And my thing is this, look, if you're a habitual liar, that's you. I don't have nothing to do with that. But what I'm saying is it takes a certain type of person, in my opinion, to sit up here and completely lie for no reason. Nobody asked you for this lie. Nobody asked you about all. You decided you're going to make this up in your head and believe it and really tell people you're getting married, the date you're getting married, the venue you're getting married in, all down to the person that you're supposed to be marrying. But guess what? In some of these situations, look, and it's just, look, they didn't even, the person who they say they was marrying didn't even really know them like that. They weren't even in a relationship. That takes a special kind of crazy, in my opinion, to say that you're marrying a person who you're not even in a relationship with. I mean, that's a special kind of crazy to me. That you would go all to that level of lying to say that a person who you know of, but y'all are not even in a relationship and y'all get married here and this and that and all this kind of stuff when it's a straight up lie. So this is why I personally understand the lengths that a lot of women can go through, because I've seen it happen in real life. You know, and I know the delusional mindset of a lot of women. And I don't think that every woman is crazy and every woman is just out here trying to do this, but there damn sure are a lot of them who will make up elaborate lies. So this is nothing. This is, I mean, it's not shocking because I've seen it in real life. A whole scheme, like they will lie and make up all kinds of shit and have you believe in it, and then it's and you come to find out it's all fake. It's not true. It's a delusional mindset that and they've conjured up something in their brain that they would like to happen, but it's not really happening. Have you ever met a person who's claimed somebody as their man or woman, whoever, and they don't even know the person, some stalkerish type stuff? Like you've envisioned that you are in a relationship with a person that don't really know you. Tell me that's how they make them Lifetime movies. That's how you make them Lifetime movies, because them movies are based off of crazy, schizophrenic women. I'm just telling you, who have created these imaginary scenarios in their heads, and they really believe it, and then they start telling people because they really believe it, and it's a straight made up lie. Oh my God, that's how they make these Lifetime movies. Lifetime movies are full of delusional, crazy women. But a lot of those stories come from real life situations. So this is why I'm convinced, and nobody can tell me otherwise, that there are crazy women out here where it's not just the men now. Which I'm not saying there aren't any crazy men. There's some lunatic dudes out here too, but there's some Looney Tune women as well who are just thrown off. And you know, to me, if you will go through to that much trouble to lie like that, I wouldn't trust you as far as I could see you, or as far as I could throw you, which you know might not be that far, seen as the majority of our women are overweight. You know what I'm saying? So I probably can't even throw you too far. Probably can't even pick you up. So you know. You can't be trusted. I'm just saying. Paul Harrison, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hey DeeDee, just got in turned on YouTube, and there you are, showing our sister love. People hit the super chat and cash app. DeeDee be bringing the heat. Let's support our sister. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you, Paul, as usual. Thank you so much for coming through with the generous super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you once again. Yeah, it is a special kind of crazy. Thank you once again, Paul. A special kind of crazy is how I see it, because I mean, in order for you to think of elaborate lies like that and really just tell people and make people believe that, something is wrong with you for real, and you definitely need some type of psychological help, in my opinion. So yeah, let's continue.
Can you see me now?
Yes. Was the intention to get attention? Can you hear us?
No.
So what was the intention then, Angelina?
Honestly, Kendra, I don't know what the intention was. I can't really say that, because the whole thing was us being engaged and me doing the whole wedding dress thing and posting pictures. I thought we were gonna get married, so that's why I posted the pictures. That's why I said we were engaged. But after that, he took off and left and went to another state, and he stayed gone. Like he was just gone and nothing ever happened.
In the beginning of this lie, you just said you were never engaged.
This is a hot mess.
You just said at the beginning of this conversation that y'all were never engaged. Then you're saying you thought, how do you think you're going to get engaged? I don't know. Angelina, I wish you a blessed life, and I wish you all the happiness in the world, okay? Okay? All right, bye, baby girl. I think DeHonde said, after all Kendra did for you, and you're sitting up here playing in her face, girl, bye. Instead of some teeth, Kendra should have got you a therapist. If you don't know, Angelina is the girl that I gave a makeover to when I lived in Chicago. And honestly, listen, I said, I want to keep it moving. I want to keep it moving.
Baby, listen. Yeah, there's nothing else to do but keep it moving, Kendra. So that was the lady that Kendra gave a makeover to. She got her teeth done and I guess some other stuff. And then the lady came back up and reached out to Kendra and told Kendra that she was engaged to be married, and they made this elaborate lie up. She tried to put it all on the dude and say he was the one who wanted to lie, that he was the one who made it up when they lied together. It was the both of them lying about it. She knew it wasn't the truth. And she let him go on with that. Now, he did tell a little bit of truth at first when he said he had not proposed. And then she was like, silly, why did you lie? Why? Silly, tell the truth when he was telling the truth. He tried to get out of it, but then he went along with it. And then they're not together. So, once again, this is the kind of mentality that we see a lot, from certain women where, and listen, and I'll say this just to appease people who like to say, well, women who like to say, all you do is talk and bash women. No. Y'all need to be called out. See, y'all never been called out on y'all BS. Men are still being called out on their stuff. Men don't have any excuses. They can't run from it. People are already, it's innate for people to come at men. It's a natural part of life for men to be looked at as the villains. Like, we all know that. We all know, especially a black man. Black men can't win for losing. It's like he's dusty, he broke, he a problem. If he got money, now he think he too much and he's too controlling. Like, they already know that they're looked at in a negative way no matter what they do, and so they realize, look, they going their own way, because no matter what they do, it's always going to be a problem. But we also understand that as women get coddled. They get coddled. Women get to make excuses for their lack thereof, of a lack of accountability, lack of everything. They still get an excuse. They still get to use excuses. Excuses work for women, but it never works for a man. As if men, a woman loses her job, there's all type of empathy for her. Well, we need to help her get a job because she has those kids. A man loses his job. Ninja, get up. You better get up that same day. And if you don't get one within 24 hours, then you ain't ish. It's like that type of mentality. Men already know what they're expected to do. They've already heard how horrible they are, how even the ones who are being responsible, even the ones who are doing what they're supposed to do, are still lumped into this Pookie Ray category as if they're all the same. But you can't, lump women all in this one category unless it's the category of the fact that they're all queens, they're all tens, they're just so great they do no wrong. You see what I'm saying? But when you start breaking it up and separating it, and to point out that, hey, listen, everyone, just like all men aren't the same, all women aren't the same. All women aren't out here ratchet 304s, right? All women aren't out here just, outside, just making themselves look bad. All women aren't twerking on tabletops and acting the fool. That's some women, right? But women, somehow you can't point out those women. You got to turn a blind eye, or like put a veil over your eyes and tell you got to be delusional. When we talk about women, we all got to be delusional. We got to make ourselves delusional. We got to start seeing things the way they want us to see it. You can't call out a ratchet 304. You got to say, she's a beautiful queen. You can't call out horrible mothers. No, because she's a beautiful queen. You can't call out these irresponsible women who are just reckless and just making nothing but poor decision after poor decision after poor decision. And it's affecting their children, affecting them, affecting their livelihood. But we can't call that out. We gotta put a veil over our eyes or something, cover our eyes and act like, no, she's a beautiful queen. We got to say all women are beautiful queens, no matter what they do, where they go, how they look. They could sit up here and tell you straight up, I've seen women say, you know what? I'm a flat out hoe. And that's what I want to be. But we got to look at that and read between the lines. And we got to say, she's not really that. She just needs some guidance. While she's saying, no, I'm really that. I'm really a flat out hoe. And we got to still say, oh, come on, don't say that about yourself. You're a beautiful queen. You know, while she looking at you saying, you know, telling you she hoeing every night. Like every night she hoeing, and that's what she like to do. But we still supposed to ignore that and say, oh, she's had a lot of trauma in her life, and oh, she's been through this and she's been through that. So we gotta figure out a way to help her when she's saying, I don't want help. I told you I'm a hoe and I like hoeing, and that's all I'm gonna be, and that's all I want to do. While everybody's still trying to make her into something that she don't want to be. Because all women are queens and all women are to be respected. When people are flat out disrespecting themselves, they don't care. They don't care about what you think. They don't care about what nobody think. They're doing what they want to do in the name of empowerment. And here others are trying to make these women seem, you know, to put some type of excuse in a way to make it all work. When, you know, that's not what they want to do. And there's no way you trying to shift shape it and turn it into something positive when they don't want positivity. But then when we say, oh, there are a lot of good men out here. There are a lot of good men who actually take care of their kids, who don't just are not out here just throwing their seed around, making babies out of wedlock. There are men who marry their women, take care of their kids, are responsible husbands, and doing the right thing. Oh no, we can't focus on that. We gotta, oh well, but you know what? He probably cheating and he don't really care about them kids, or he not really trying. You know, it's always something negative when it comes to the men, but no matter how negative the women are, we still got to see the positive in them. That make sense. We gotta act like what we see is not really happening. We got, like I said, we got to play delusional. And as long as you're willing to play delusional, people are okay with you. You know, everybody's okay with when you play the game and you play into this delusional mindset. Everybody's okay. Oh yeah, you can make a lot of money being delusional. A lot of money. Women like to follow people who are delusional because it makes them feel better about themselves. So if you're not making somebody feel good in the chaos, then you're the problem. But in that same chaos that everybody's trying to coddle and make women feel good, they're still having problems. They're still not happy because it's not working. So what sense does that make to pretend, you know, that everything is good in the way that you're going when you're not getting the results? It's really, in real life, it's not helping you. It's not really benefiting you. So why would you continue to stay in that lane and want others to me, I would get offended if somebody is pushing a narrative that I know is not working. If you're telling me, oh my God, that outfit is so, you're lying to me. I'm highly offended by you lying to me, knowing that this is not a good thing. I don't understand why they're not offended, but because they're in a delusional mindset, they don't see it as an offense. They see it as women's empowerment. Oh, lying to you is empowering. But but you hate liars. Make that make sense. You hate liars, you know, but when it comes to women telling you everything you want to hear, and you, it's like saying Lizzo, which Lizzo is working out now. Lizzo looks so great. She looks so good. And then when you tell a woman, oh, you look just like Lizzo, they're offended. Why are you offended if she looks so great? You shouldn't be offended if somebody says you look just like her. But they get offended if you say that, because you know that ain't really a good look. But women's empowerment, just tell women what they want to hear, no matter how reckless it is, no matter how much you lying straight to their face. Oh, just keep that up, because that's what women need. We don't need to put women down, no, but we need to lie to them. So you're supposed to, a lie is going to benefit them as opposed to telling them the truth so that they can actually make some changes that are realistic and real, as opposed to this fake stuff that you want to continue to push. Telling all these people that they're fat and beautiful and they're big and beautiful when they have oxygen masks on, where they need oxygen to breathe at night because they can't sleep, got to wear a whole goddamn helmet and oxygen to sleep. So you won't stop breathing because you're so damn big. So telling them that that's okay and you look great while they got to sleep with an oxygen mask on, is that really beneficial to that person? You have sleep apnea. You're snoring so bad till you can't breathe. You're so big because the fat is all covering your arteries, And you laying there, you telling people that it's okay to be that big when you know that it's unhealthy. That is not helpful. That is harming them. That is hurting them. That is not helping them. Lying to people is not helping them. Everybody want to jump and talk about, oh, you're bashing women and you're bad. No. If you don't like liars, stop listening to the people who are lying to you, because the ones who are telling you that this 304 culture is empowerment, that it's okay to go out here and just sleep with whoever you want to sleep with and then expect the most when you want to get in a relationship. Telling these women that going outside in your youth and riding all the CCs and just being out here like a hoe when you're young is great and empowering. And then when you're ready, it's up to you to get a man and then you could get the rich man that you want. Telling women that that's okay and that's beneficial to them is a straight lie. It's not benefiting them. And now they're coming on the other side of it and they're realizing that was a lie. They're really realizing that the feminist movement was a lie. It was not the best thing since sliced bread. Now women are complaining. Now you're crying and now you're upset. Now you're mad because now you want equality, but now you want to do it all by yourself. Your independent boss chicks don't need a man. Okay, you want to do it all by yourself. Now that's what you have. And they still complaining and blaming men. Men did not create the feminist movement. Men didn't tell y'all to go off and be independent and single by yourself and that they didn't need you. Men didn't tell you that. Why are y'all still trying to shame men for something that y'all chose to do and listen to women who told you to do that? See what I'm saying? A lot of these women are listening to other women and it's not beneficial to you. That ought to show you right there. You were lied to by a bunch of women who told you you need to be independent. You don't need these men. They don't bring nothing to the table. You can do all this by yourself. Why is it that men are being shamed for having standards and not just accepting anything when women told y'all you don't need them? Just go on, do your own thing. We're better than men. We can do anything men can do and better. But why is it that men have always been responsible and always have been put to the task to be providers and protectors, right? And they already know that they got to bring something to the table. They already know they got to work hard to achieve certain things, to have a family, to have a woman, to have all of this. But women have never been really told that they had to do anything when it comes to a relationship and a man. All you were told is you don't need them. You can do better than them. You're equal or better than them. So you go out and get your job. You can make more money than them. And they ain't ish because you can make more. And that's it. But when it comes to relationships, you think a man's supposed to be okay with that. And he's supposed to just settle for what you're offering. And that's just not the case. That's why we see so many single mothers. We see so many educated women who are older by themselves because they really bought into what these other women told them was, and bought into the idea that, oh, you're the prize when you're educated and you're this and now you're high status and you're up here and you're the most top tier woman and you're so desirable. But these men don't want you, boo. They don't want you. Oh, but what you do? Oh, well, they can't be on my level. They're not on my level anyway. You know what I mean? These men they're beneath me anyway. Well, even the men who have money don't want you. So are they beneath you? Every excuse to try to justify the fact that that men or ignore the fact that men aren't interested in these uppity, snooty, boss chick type women who think that they're better than the average man and any man, really. Because if you're better than the average man, okay, you could think that, but then the men who are on your level still don't want you. So are you better than them too? Or is it just that they don't want you, period? And you don't qualify for any of the men that you're trying to pursue because they don't want you, because your attitude and everything else that comes along with you is just, it's nobody wants that. And the things that would make you desirable, you pass that up. You don't want that. You don't want to give the men the things that they desire, but you want to get what you want out of life and what you desire, which is fine. Because you have the right to do that, but not realizing that's not desirable to men in relationships. See, so now you got women out here who can afford it, out here getting sperm donors and having their own babies, and living their lives, because that's all you can do at this point, because men, the type of man that you want does not want you. And that's the part that I think they're finding out. And listen, at this point, you're going to have to settle, and you're going to have to settle for being by yourself and going and being a single mother by yourself, raising that kid by yourself, because now for the older women who are out here, they're at a point where you have to settle. You don't want to settle for an average man, then you're going to settle being by yourself with your kids. And be happy with that, because, you know, and I say this too, marriage is not meant for everybody. Everybody's not meant to be married, because you got to understand that marriage takes work. And if you're not willing to put in the work, if you just want to be catered to all the time and just, you know, and not have to do anything back, then you can do that for yourself. And a lot of women claim they can. You can cater to yourself. Look at that lady. She married herself and she looks so happy. I'm just saying, she looks so she was so happy and surprised, even though she really wasn't surprised. She was so happy and surprised that she set up her own marriage, wedding, whatever. And she proposed to herself, gave herself a ring. She looks shocked and stunned and happy, you know, that she did that for herself. So I think, you know, if that's the route you want to take, go ahead and do it. Nobody's stopping you. You do whatever you want. Just be happy in what you're doing and stop trying to bash others who've made, you know, different decisions, you know, and people who chose something differently and they got a different outcome versus your outcome. Just don't hate on everybody else. Don't put everybody in the same category. Don't put good women and good men in the category of these ratchet women and men. Just say, look, that's what you've come across. The men that you know that are not ratchet, they somehow aren't interested in you. Just keep that 100. But don't get bitter and become angry and mad and put everybody in that same, because that's not everybody. That's not everybody. So I just think that's where we need to be. And also, you know, just to piggyback up on this video, you know, I think, like I said, there are a lot of women who are very delusional. A lot of women who want marriage, but they hate to say it because they want to continue to push this idea that, oh, marriage ain't the end all be all. That's all I hear and all I see. Marriage ain't the end all be all. You don't need to be in a relationship. It ain't what it's cracked up to be, because a lot of them married men be in my DMs and a lot of them be cheating and this and that and that. Well, you know, just say you haven't had a man who looked at you and thought much of you to want to marry you, even if you didn't want it. Just say no man has ever thought to, you know, you was wife material. No man has ever looked at you and said, I want you to be my wife, and actually propose to you. So that the idea of that, it kind of, I think it rubs them the wrong way. You know what I mean? And when you see women who are happily married, it triggers something. You ain't never had a man to propose to you or marry you or want to look at you as in that regard. And I think they take offense to that somehow. So what you do when you don't like something, you bash it. You start saying it ain't all what it's cracked up to be. All these people getting divorces and all this kind of stuff. Well, I mean, you hate what you can't have. If you can't have it and you never experienced it, then it's got to be all bad, you know, when it's not. There are some bad situations. Relationships are hard. I say it all the time. Relationships, marriages, it's work. And if you're not willing to put in the work, then it's going to fall apart, you know, but you got to go into it knowing that it's work, not just thinking that you're the prize and he's supposed to cater to you and that's just it. That's not going to work. Whitney R says some women have very stank attitudes, which is another reason why they single. Also, your hair always stays slayed. DeeDee, whoever your stylist is, does a good job. Thank you. I appreciate you, Whitney. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat as well. A good point too, though, by the way. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, the attitude, I said all the time, and the mentality is why, you know, and once again, I like to say this, Whitney, it's not all women. I have to point that out because people like to say, oh, I'm bashing women. And no, it goes both ways. But we're in a time where women are the most women have always been the most vocal about these things. Women are the ones who are always complaining. Women complain more than men in general, in my opinion, from what I've seen. But, you know, it's not about, you know, and I speak to the people because for people who always like to say, oh, I'm bashing women, all I do is bash. Well, it's not bashing. It's just showing you a different perspective, letting you know that, look, stop focusing on men or anybody else. Focus on yourself. Work on you. There's some things about you that you can change and make better. Do that. If you start focusing on yourself, you won't worry about what other people are doing. You'll be too focused on you to get yourself together and work on your attitude or whatever the areas are that you need to change in your life. I always say we're all works in progress. We all need to change something about ourselves. None of us are perfect. And I say that because I'm a human being too. I'm not perfect. I got issues. You know what I'm saying? We all have issues, but I'm aware. This is why I say self-awareness is important. You need to be aware of your issues, your flaws, your things, so that you can constantly work on them. That's it. I don't think you have I don't think we can ever really reach perfection. I don't think none of us will ever reach what is considered pure 100% perfection. I think we're all flawed. We all have, different backgrounds, different upbringings, different things we should work on. And I think, to me, life is just this one big how should I put it, like one big evolving place to just continuously grow, continuously do better. There's a lesson in it. I think it's one big lesson that we need to learn. I don't think anybody fully masters it, but I think you can definitely grow. Incremental growth can make you better, and look at where you've come to where you've grown, and it just makes you better. And I think we're all like still, works in progress. We're not fully to a level of perfection, but we can definitely get better at the thing. I think it's one big life lesson, like for all of us to learn something and see things a different way. Not to me, when you're entitled and when you're selfish and when you only see others and you don't see yourself, it's not a good thing. It's not a good way to be, a good way to thrive, because it keeps you in this perpetual state of unknowing. When it comes to you, you can see everything that somebody else does and see the wrong in it, but you can't see you when you do something wrong or when you're wrong. You can't see yourself. And I think that's a bad place to be. And I think that's going to be very difficult for any person like that to have a successful relationship, or even just relationships with anybody. Because when you're like that, when you can't see yourself, you become impossible to deal with. You become impossible for people to want to be around. Nobody wants to be around a person who knows it all and then always the one who's always wrong. You're always wrong. You're always calling out other people's issues and faults. But as soon as somebody turns it on you, you have a problem and you're upset and you're mad because they're calling you out. But you can call everybody else out on their stuff, and they can accept it. But you can't accept yourself. That's very taxing for others to have to deal with. Nobody wants to deal with somebody like that, where everything that you do is okay and it's a problem. It's not a problem, but as soon as somebody does something which you would consider out of pocket, oh my God, they're just the worst thing ever. But you don't see yourself when you're doing it. That is very difficult for anybody to be around people like that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot see yourself whatsoever. It's very tiresome. People get tired of having to tiptoe around people like that who are very insecure and very triggered by any little thing. But they're usually the ones who will tell you whatever they want to tell you, go off on you, talk to you crazy, treat you crazy, and all of that. But then they expect you to just ignore that, and then they call you out on everything. So yeah, I just think self-awareness is very important, very important. And accountability is very important. That's it. And so thinking that you're perfect and thinking that you make no mistakes and that you have no flaws and you're just the perfect individual, when you're making all these poor decisions that we can see, and we see that you are flawed, but you don't see it yourself, nobody wants to deal with that. Nobody wants, and you don't have to, and that's why you have to be very careful. And a lot of this you can see when you first meet somebody. When you first meeting a person and talking to them, you could tell that the selfishness and the independent mindset is right there. They can't hide it. They cannot hide it. They cannot hide it. It's so evident. But you you will see it, but you can't ignore those red flags. Those are some major red flags that you should not ignore, because it's gonna determine how that potential relationship is gonna go. You cannot ignore that, especially if you're looking for something that's gonna work. So I think a lot of people are aware now. A lot of people see the foolishness in women, and they're choosing not to deal with it. I have another little clip I want to play for you guys. Listen to this and y'all tell me what y'all think. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
Which in your back that says you know how to be a husband or your wife.
Mm-hmm.
There is no book that can accurately tell you how to love this person. People can tell you their experience. You can see people, you can watch people, but until you get in it, you don't know. Y'all come from two different households, two different lives. His family is just him, his mom and dad. That's 4 people. I got 1,000 people. So I'm always thinking of others. If you are an only child, you're not constantly thinking of others. That's foreign to you. So you may think someone is invading your space.
Right.
When they automatically do. He had a problem when we put my hand in his plate, and I just could not understand what's the problem, because I grew up with hands in my plate all the time. Let me have some of that.
Yeah, let me. Yeah.
And he was like, I will buy you your own. I said, you really don't want to share with me? Why should I be your wife if you don't even want to share with me? I mean, what's the problem? It's
that
food.
was
You can
like
afford it, right?
to the words. Why should I be your wife?
Food? Always.
Like,
I'm gonna take it too far in a nice way.
Oh my God, that Erica Campbell take it too far.
Oh yes. So.
Listen, shout out to Erica Campbell. Listen, I agree with the part of, being in a relationship, being a wife or a husband, being in a marriage. Just like I said, she's been married for a long time. Any person that you hear that has been married for 20 plus years or 15, 20 plus years, they say the same thing. Because it's something that you learn by being married for so long. And the thing about it, I think people just bypass what married people have to say as if it's not beneficial to a lot of these people. Yeah, a lot of people aren't going to listen to it. They don't want to hear it. But there's some who might listen to it and take something from it. And that's the ones that we focus on, because listen, if you don't want to learn anything, that means you don't want to grow. You really don't want a relationship that's successful and that's going to be beneficial to the both of you and your potential family that you want to raise. So if you don't want that, then just do what you're doing. But for the ones who want something that's beneficial and something that's lasting, you need to listen to, in my opinion, married couples who've been married for years and they still married. That means they have some type of plan or that has caused their marriage to last. They have something there that is causing their relationship to last, because we see too many people who are in relationships break up. It's so easy to get a divorce, walk away, to the point now it's expected. When you see a couple together or if they're married, you're like, child, I'm gonna get at another year and that's gonna be over. Like, people don't really have a lot of faith in marriage and successful relationships anymore, because everybody walks away. Even relationships that seem good, you still see them breaking up. Even same thing with Tia Mowry and her ex-husband, which I'll be doing a video on Tia Mowry, so make sure you guys are locked in and that notification bell is turned on, because I'll be recording that probably for tomorrow on her whole situation. Child, I got a little bit to look my 2 cents on Tia again. But a lot of people look at certain couples in their lives and they think, oh, wow, they're the perfect couple and they're doing it. And then next thing you know, they're getting a divorce. I've seen so many social media couples who've gotten a divorce. I remember when they first got married and it was all cute and everything, and then they're divorced. So leaving somebody, to me, is the easy route. It's easy to decide, you know what, I'm tired of this. I don't feel like working on this anymore. We don't get along, or whatever the case may be. It's just too much. So so nobody is surprised when people are divorced or breaking up. Nobody's shocked by that, because that's the easy way to go. But when you see couples, and this is how I've always felt, when I've seen couples married and they've been married for a long time, that interests me, because I'm like, what are y'all doing? What have y'all done to keep your relationship? What's the secret to y'all's success? Because so many people don't make it. So many people just walk away and give up. How were y'all able to not give up and stay in it for so long and keep it going? So to me, That's more of where I was interested in, because they're doing something differently apparently from what everybody else is doing, because everybody else seems to can't make it, but they making it. So to me, if anybody wants to have that, you got to stop looking at the negatives. See, the negatives are why people are broke up. Everything is negative in their mind. If they feel a certain way, then it's negative. If they don't like something, if something doesn't serve them, it's time to go. And then you'll never have a situation where somebody is completely serving you and is completely going all your way. Because what type of relationship would that be? Well, how fun would that be, where you got a puppet, somebody you could just command to do everything that you want, and they just jump and do it with no pushback, no backbone, no nothing, just sitting there doing it. Yeah, most women don't like that either. That's not going to be happy for you either. You're going to get tired of that either. This is why you find women who say, hey, I was in a relationship with a good man. He adored me and he did all of this and then you still left him. You still left him in search of something, but something. You don't know exactly what you're looking for, but you'll know it when you feel it. How delusional is that? And why aren't more people talking about these feelings and these all this stuff that should not matter, while, still telling these women, oh, you can have it all, you can do what you want and do all this, and it's not working? And why don't we have more people telling these women that, hey, your feelings aren't factual? Just because you feel a certain way don't mean that's what is actually happening. You have to have a conversation. If you have some disagreements or you have something that you don't like with your spouse, that's what communication is for. You talk to each other. You hash it out. You figure it out. Not off of a feeling, of a feeling that could change several times a day. And then you make major decisions based off of a temporary feeling, which affects your life forever. And by the time you realize that you made a mistake, it's too damn late. You're there. You can't go back and get your husband back. He's moved on. Found him another woman. More than likely another wife. While you still sitting back in your feelings, not realizing that you made the worst decision you could ever have made in your entire life, trying to go off a feeling and searching for something that doesn't exist. And when women are saying this, or men or whoever is talking, oh, you're bashing, you're so negative. No, they're being honest with you. They're telling you that, hey, what you're expecting and what you think and what you feel is not a reality. And you're just going off of that, thinking that the grass is green on the other side, thinking that you're going to find this magical man that's going to give you everything you want and cater to your feelings. And when that doesn't happen, you're in shock and awe and surprise, like somebody hoodwinked you or somebody like set you up when you set yourself up, because you really didn't know any better. And when somebody tell you, you still don't want to listen because you think that you can manifest the things that you feel. And a lot of times you can't, because those feelings aren't real. And it's not to invalidate that people have feelings and you feel, no, we as women, yes, we have all kinds of feelings. And I don't see anything wrong with a person acknowledging your feelings, but also letting you know that, hey, what you're feeling is not correct. Women feel that men are a certain way without actually talking to the man and finding out how he's actually thinking. Because they're not feeling, they're thinking. And wouldn't it be better to talk to them to find out how they think, find out their mentality, how they feel, what they feel about certain things, and get the answers from the horse's mouth, as opposed to going off of your feelings and what you think and running with it. And then when men tell you what they actually think, and and it's not what you've been feeling, now you don't believe it. Now you're in disbelief. Now you're like, that's not what it is, because you've really bought into your own idea of what men are and what men like based on your feelings, and your feelings are completely wrong. So when men say they like this or they like that, oh no, that's not what it is, because you already made your mind up. You've already made up what you thought men are and what they like and what they don't like. Women told themselves men like these BBLs and men like all this fake stuff, and men are saying, no, y'all never talk to us, y'all never ask us what we like, because you don't care. You want to do what you want to do, And when it doesn't serve you, you still pissed about it. When men aren't running to you with these BBLs, men aren't trying to marry you with these, men aren't trying to, this independent boss chick attitude they don't like, but y'all like it. And other women seem to like it. So it's what you gonna do. So you gonna do what you gonna do the way you want to do it because you're an independent boss chick. You don't need no man. You gonna do what you want to do regardless. So do you. You have the right to do that. But men also have the right to choose if they want to deal with that or not. And that's the part a lot of women don't like because you trying to control the mindset of a man. You trying to control what men. You can't control other people. You can only control you. You make the decisions for you and what you want to do. That's your business. You got their consequences associated with that, but you can't control what men want to do or anybody else. If they don't want to be with single mothers, that's their choice. If they don't want to be with women who are boss chicks and educated and with these attitudes, they don't have to do that, baby. You can't shame them into it. And I think that's the difference that you see. The women try to shame the men into wanting what they want because, but women have been able to choose what they wanted for the longest. Y'all are doing y'all, doing what you want to do. And nobody's stopping you. See, nobody stopped you from going to get a job or starting a business. Nobody. In fact, a lot of men champion that. A lot of men believe that it's okay. They don't have a problem with you going to get a job and working and following your dreams. Most men don't have a problem with that. The problem they have is that when these women achieve these dreams, they look down on men and they start calling men dusty and you can't afford my lifestyle. You start getting this negative attitude that is not appealing. That's it. You don't. And in my opinion, I don't think just because you get a job or you get some money that your attitude should just naturally change. It shouldn't do that. And I think that's something a lot of women are not aware of. And you need to be self-aware. You need to understand that is not appealing to men. You approaching a man or a man approaching you, and then he's and you already got a nasty attitude. You don't even know him. You just nasty at looking at him. If he don't dress a certain way, if he's not tall enough, or he don't fit your aesthetic, oh, he's automatically a dusty. Ooh, get out of my face, you dusty, you peasant. This is the type of attitude that a lot of these women have. Because they really drank the Kool-Aid and really thought that just because they went to college or they got a job now and they could take care of themselves, that they're so much better than most men. And why wouldn't? And that's a turnoff for all men of all types. A lot of men. It's not just a certain tax bracket. No, most men are turned off by that mentality and by that behavior. So if anything, I think a lot of these women need to go to charm school and learn just how to be charming, learn how to be nicer, learn how to understand, listen, we're all human beings. We're all flawed. I don't care what school you went to, how much money you make. You're no better than the next person. And treat people the way you want to be treated. I think that's a school that somebody need to create in order to reel these women in. But let me tell you something. These types of women, they're not going to want to go to the charm school. They'll go to, they'll go to suck and D school. They'll do that because I've seen those classes too. They'll go to classes where they learn how to, suck. You know what I'm talking about? They'll go to that. Or anything that shows your whole potential. Oh, you'll do that. You'll do that. You'll go to that. You'll go to 304 school, but you won't go to charm school. Because that's another thing. They think, oh, the more hoish we can be, the better off. Oh, they're going to run us because he going to like my whole mechanism's better than the next. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's another thing that they've created and another thing that they think in their head that the more hoish they could be, the more men going to want them because you're going to be able to hold better than the next one. And that's going to make you special. That's how they think. I'm just saying, like, you'll go there, but if you say charm school, child, learn how to sit up straight, learn how to, I don't know, moisturize your lips, learn how to, talk, learn how to be nice, learn how to not be ghetto, learn how to just be a woman, act like a woman, close your legs, cross your legs, stop sitting like a dude with your legs wide open. And you learn how to just do feminine stuff, learn how to cook, learn how to clean, like learn how to clean yourself properly because you'll be surprised, and with all these BBLs, they're not cleaning good and they're walking around stinking and stuff. And so learn that. Learn a lot. You know, a lot of things that a lot of these women were not taught growing up or don't know how to do. That you need to learn how to do this. You got to understand that being a hoe is not what you want. That is not beneficial to you. That's not beneficial to the man that might want to be. None of that. None of that. And you know, when you out here and you've been hoeing yourself out for your whole life, you know that that's not the consequences of that. That people are going to look at you in that way. They're not going to respect you past that. They're not going to see you as anything special. And they certainly not going to want to wife you up and make a family with you. So if you really want better, you got to do better. Bottom line. Lorenzo says, stop smoking Black and Miles. I was thinking of that because lips be black and stuff and looking like you've been smoking all night. Like, you know, it's just face dry, you know, from the smoke drying out your face and stuff, making you look older. You know, it's a lot of black fingers. It's just a lot of stuff that be going on that you're supposed to act like you don't see it. You know, you're supposed to act like you don't see it and act like it don't exist, but it does. You know, and you know, if you've ever come in contact with a woman, might be an attractive woman, but when she come by you, she do smell like cigarettes, you know, smell like she been smoking all night or something. It wouldn't that be a turn off? I mean, just somebody walking up and you smelling that is almost like you look over and they got the black lips and stuff. Like, I mean, look, do your thing, but I'm just saying, if you want a better outcome, you got to do better. That's all. You got to do better. You if you don't want to be looked at as just somebody's play toy or plaything, then you got to present yourself in a better way. You got to present yourself as something that's a person that's worth more than just a man just passing you around, or you're just you know, on his roster of women to just play with. You got to understand that has a direct effect on how men see you, what men think of you, and how they treat you. So, you know, yeah, your appearance, the way you present yourself, all of that has a lot to do with how men see you and how men treat you. And if you want to be treated better, if you want to attract a better type of man, then you have to become a better type of woman. You can't just sit back and just be delusional and do whatever and thinking that that's going to yield you better results than the women who have been raised to be that way and are actively trying to be what men need them to be. Then that's the difference between the women who actually get husbands and the women who don't, who just get men who just play with them. And from what I'm gathering, a lot of women out here do not like when men ghost them or play them like they're fools, because it just, but if you don't like that, then you got to stop worrying about them and start doing something to make yourself stand out and separate yourselves from those types of women. Because as long as you're constantly in that pool of women who these men see as just play, that's what you're going to constantly attract, and that's what you're going to constantly get. And this is why we have a whole bunch of women constantly complaining about these men ain't this and they don't take you seriously. Well, you got to take yourself seriously first. So you got to look at yourself and see what changes you need to make so that you can attract the type of man that you really want. That's that. And you can't be delusional in it, but if you want a good man who's going to look at you as something special, then you got to become the type of woman that he will want. And unfortunately, a lot of women don't want to do that because they don't see nothing wrong with themselves. You don't see nothing wrong with you know, looking like whatever you're looking like. You don't see nothing wrong with that. And you like to hell, I ain't doing nothing for these. And then just so, well, you get what you get if that's how you think. You know what I'm saying? So if that's how you think, you get the outcomes associated with that type of thinking. You got to change your mentality, broaden your horizons, do some things to better yourself. You can't just sit back and think that a man's supposed to accept you as you are, and the way you are is 400 pounds, just sloppy, sitting around, eating everything you see. Don't even try to work on yourself. No self-motivation. The same way women talking about men who are sloppy, fat, sitting in their mama's basement, eating Cheetos with Cheeto dust on their fat stomach. Same way women portray that narrative for a sloppy man who's not trying to take care of himself, that applies to the sloppy women as well. There are women out here who don't care how big they are. They don't care how sloppy they are. They don't care, but they want a man to marry them and take on them and they 3 kids. Why do women expect something they're not willing to accept from a man? If you know you're not willing to accept that from a man, why do you think men should accept that from you? It's ridiculous. Let's see. Queen of Vibe says, even I can't stand the odor of that stuff, nor even cigs. Right. Gives me a headache. Theo Burden at David, that's not true. Masculinity is only needed when there is a danger. C. Ever says, sometimes a girl once said to me she needs a man more masculine than her for her to be feminine. I hate the odor of Black and Miles and cigs and weed. Child. Let's see. No, she isn't. She has entered the frustration zone when she goes to work with which most can't handle. I don't know what that's referred to. Are they describing hackers built like a watch? Oh my God. Duke, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate you, Duke. Thank you so much for the support. Yeah, it's just a mess, y'all. And I just think, once again, and I stress this a lot. What's going on, Successful MD? Thank you so much for being here. I think, that's why I say our women specifically need a lot of work. And I think just do it for yourself and your kids, because if you already have kids and you want a better life for your kids or a better way of thinking, change or show them something different. Don't just, if you don't think you need to change for a man and you just happy being single and by yourself, well, do it for your kids, your daughters. Teach your daughters something a little different from what you were taught. Because I know a lot of women realize, what they were taught was not conducive to the things that they say they want and what they expect from men. And so if you realize that it's not working for you, don't perpetuate it. Don't continue to show your kids the same thing that is not working for you. Do something differently. Give them a better outcome. Give them a different way of thinking so that they'll have a chance to have something better. And I wish women would stop being in competition with your daughters. You should not be in competition with your daughters. You should be beyond that. You've had your chance, to get what it is that you wanted. And if you chose career and all that over family and marriage, then if you have that, be grateful and thankful for that. You know what I'm saying? But don't get mad and become bitter, thinking that you still have the same options you did when you were 25. You see what I'm saying? Because once again, women see themselves as younger women and men see themselves in younger men. So what that means is no matter how old a woman gets, she still sees herself as this young, attractive woman. You could be 50 years old, but you still identify as this. In your mind, you think you're still as hot and as you were when you were 20, 25. And so that's where the delusional part comes in, and society caters to that delusion, as opposed to realizing, when I was 20, okay, I was out here, I was attractive, I did my thing and all this, and I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm older now. It's a bit different. I could be somebody's grandma. There's nothing wrong with aging. It's a great thing to live and grow and live to get older. That's a blessing, but you also can't be delusional, thinking that you still have the same standards that you did when you were 20. Because see, the goal was to, in your 20s, while you're at your peak, while you're at your best physically, that's the time you're supposed to attract your husband, get your husband. By the time you're 50, you have a husband already. You know what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't, in my opinion, you shouldn't still be on the dating market at 50 and 60 years old unless you are a widow. To me, that's, you know what I'm saying? Unless you are a widow, that's how it's supposed to be. You're really not supposed to be out here at that age still looking for a man and never had one, never been married, and still have these unrealistic expectations even at that age. That's crazy to me, but that's something that women will tell you, oh, well, who says I can't have high expectations? You can, but it don't mean that these men are going to fulfill them for you, because they see something differently. So you can have it, but it keeps you in a perpetual state of a delusional mindset to where you think that, but you're not getting the outcomes. Vivica A. Fox, you got that other lady, a lot of these older women who were gorgeous when they were younger, and they don't look so bad now. It's just that they still thinking like when they were in their 20s or 30s, that they still have the same options. They had all the options in the world and none of them worked for them. Now they're 60 and those options aren't there anymore. And they hate to accept that. They're just optimistic, and you can be optimistic, but still, even at that age, you got to realize you're still going to have to change something about the way you think in order to get what you want. It's not going to be the same. So that's all I'm saying. No, anything is possible. Anything is possible, but it's not likely. You know what I'm saying? David says, before the woman, how did you calm yourself down? Never bring your problems home from work and put them on your wife. Keep that ish to yourself. Masculine is what women follow. Theo says, I never thought I would live this long to witness a real live Transformers movie from playing with the toys in the late 80s. I love my age. Ciao. TMR is lonely as child. It's crazy, but once again, hopefully, with this content, I can reach somebody. Hopefully somebody is listening that gets it and understand that, listen, it's not my intention, nor am I trying to bash anybody. It's just, I see the foolishness and it's hard to see it without responding, and keep in mind, at the end of the day, these are my opinions. We all have opinions. It's some of it is based on experience and some of it is just my opinion. We all can have an opinion. We don't have to agree. We can have a difference of opinions, but it's an opinion at the end of the day. You don't have to agree with it, or you don't have to, agree with it. Everybody is different. But the one thing that I will say is constant is the fact that there are a lot of entitled women who really just don't see themselves and think that they're perfect and the men are all flawed. And in my opinion, if you continue to think that way, it's going to hinder you. It's going to hold you back. It's not going to really yield you what you think it's going to yield you, especially if you're really looking for something. You're looking for stability. You're looking for a stable relationship with a decent guy, that y'all can actually build with. If you really want to do that, you can't be delusional. You can't be selfish. You can't be independent. Independence doesn't work in relationships. You have to be able to work together, not independently and not selfishly independently, because you're only looking at you. You're not considering the entire family. And that's the thing when I'm probably touch on tomorrow is about with Tia Mowry. When she is speaking, she's saying exactly that. She doesn't care what it's good for the family. She's looking out for herself. She's being selfish. And to me, when you have a family, it's not good to only think of you when you have others, who's a part of your family. That's what a relationship and family is all about. Inclusivity. You all are working in it together, not one person just doing their own thing and expecting everybody to just cater to them. And you're not really thinking about how it's going to affect the family in totality. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion on that. The GR8, thank you for the super chat, says a lot of women's, especially Black, longest relationship with the man is with their son. Wow. They only know how to deal with an intimate partner in that manner. That's crazy. That is crazy. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support. That's crazy. And then too, a lot of women have admittedly said that they've only been in situationships. They've never been in a real relationship. They've only been in a transactional situation or a situation where it's just about sex and that's it. They don't know how to really communicate with men or really have a real meaningful relationship or communication with men. That's crazy. That is real crazy. That's insane. But that speaks volumes, actually. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. But yeah, you hear women say that they've never been in a serious relationship. They've only been in situationships and that's it. So you see a man, y'all hook up and, have a little, whatever y'all talk about, whatever, and that's it. And then peace out till the next time. And y'all keep doing that, but y'all never really establish a real communication on things that matter. That's hooking up with somebody and having sex is not, meaningful relationships. Y'all just getting y'all rocks off and that's it. That's all. There's no real conversation in that, because what are y'all going to talk? Ain't no talking. But y'all, ain't nobody trying to talk when you just trying to hook up, child. Y'all just trying to get to the wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Ain't no, what you talking for? Ain't no talking involved in that. So there's no real communication there. There's no real connection there. There's nothing real there. So when you hear women talk about, I have men that I could be with and this and that, yeah, on a sexual level, that's it. Y'all have nothing else in common. Y'all have nothing, nor are you trying to, because it's strictly based on having a good time, getting to the D and getting to the P, and that's it. That's all it's about. So there's no talking. There's no other connection than that. So yeah. So what happens is you live your life like that, in your 20s, 30s, and you hit 40s. Now you want to set. Now you don't even know how to talk to a man. You don't even know what to talk about. This is why a lot of women lead with their bodies, even though that was something they didn't want, or they claim, oh, well, don't objectify my bodies. Remember that? Well, every time women was talking about, I don't want to be objectified by my body, but you leading with your body. You don't want to be objectified by that, but you're dressing in a provocative way that would cause a man to only focus on your body. But that's not what you want. So why are you doing that? Is this a game that you're playing? It doesn't add up. This is, once again, goes back to women and their feelings, what they feel and what they think is right. And you say you want one thing, but you portray something else. You gotta walk the talk. You gotta do what you say it is that you want. If you want a man to not objectify your body, why are you dressing like a 304? Because you still want attention. You want attention, and you don't know any other way but to get it, but to put your body out there. But you want a man to just look at all of that and not even look at it and not even gawk at it, don't do anything, not understanding that, hey, men are attracted to that kind of stuff, so they're going to respond. But you really do want to respond, because when they stop responding, now you're wondering why they're not responding, child. That's too much for anybody to keep up with. The delusion is real. So this is why I say women got to find out what it is that they want, present yourself as such, and keep it moving. Stop sending these mixed signals to men or to people that you don't want this, but you do, and you want it like this, but it got to be like this, and all this. Men don't think like that. You tell a man what it is you want, that's what he gonna give you. And then when they give you exactly what you want, now that ain't enough, and that's a problem. You want something else. So I say, if I was a man, child, I probably wouldn't fool with these women, because it'll give me a headache. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It really is. So I don't understand what. That's why I say men, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. And I think when it comes to relationships, men and women, got to understand what it is that you really want from a woman, and hopefully try to find a woman who can give y'all both what y'all want in the relationship. Otherwise, it's just a lost cause. Ain't nothing nobody can do. You can talk to you blue in the face, but if nobody's willing to listen or make the changes, then they're just not going to get the lesson. And you're going to constantly go through the same things over and over and over and over again, and constantly complaining. Or you just going to be by yourself, and that's still going to be a complaint, because that's what we hear. A lot of women are complaining about being by themselves, because there's a lot that comes with that. You're responsible for all the bills. You're responsible for your children. You're responsible for your whole lifestyle, your whole upkeep. You're responsible for every single thing. And that's going to take a toll on them by itself, which we already see that happening. Because I wouldn't want to have to be the only one taking care of the house, paying the mortgage, paying all the bills, fixing everything, paying for everything. Like, gotta go out, clean the cars, gotta clean the house, gotta cut who wants to be responsible for all of that? All by yourself. And then all the kids, like, that is going to drain you. You're going to get drained at some point. So this is why I don't understand why, on one hand, I don't need a man, I could do it all by myself. Then when you see these women complain about getting the houses, you get the house. Well, I didn't realize the upkeep on the house. I didn't realize that I would have to do it. No, you never realize, because you're not adding up the cost, something that a lot of men do. They add up the costs. They pay attention to the big picture. We don't. We look at little small picture and run with it. And then when it hit us, then we cry and mad and complaining. So that's where men come in because they look at the bigger picture. They make better decisions in most cases. Women, we think we make the better decisions, but a lot of times we make decisions, then we have to regret it, and then we mad because we messed up, and now you ain't got nobody to blame when it's just you doing it. You know, we don't, a lot of times, we don't look at the bigger picture. We rush into doing things. We don't wait and analyze because we want what we want when we want it, and we rush into something, and then we mad when we get a negative outcome. Sometimes it's good to have a man who's going to sit back and say, wait. We don't like it. Trust me, I've been impatient before where I want something when I went rushing and make a mistake and then I'm mad. I can't blame him. I got to blame myself. So it's good to have that balance. It's good to have a man where most men are like, hold up, let's wait. Let's look at it. Let it analyze it. Let them do what they do. Because it'll cost you from making the mistakes that most women tend to do. Like buying houses that you shouldn't have bought and then realize these houses have issues, and now you can't afford the repairs and all the stuff that go with it. And then you talk about moving. You'd rather go back to an apartment because you can't handle the responsibilities of owning a house by yourself. But owning a house, oh, we doing it. Oh, we big. It shows we great. We doing great. But you can't maintain it. That's the thing. It's not about getting it. It's about maintaining it. Successful MD says trying to disguise great value as swan baking mix. Ain't nothing wrong with great value. God, thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yeah, so, there's nothing wrong. I think that's where they're missing the balance. You want to be outside. You want to do what you want to do at the expense of doing it all yourself. That's the consequences of that. That's the consequences of being able to make your own decisions and do what you want to do. You won't have to deal with the consequences of the choices that you've made. And a lot of women don't like it. See, so you can't really blame a man for that because you're making these decisions. You're going out here making choices based on your feelings and certain things that, women do, which, a lot of businesses and a lot of people out there see women coming. They really know that a lot of these women don't know how to pick the right things. You don't know how to pick the right man. You don't know how to pick the right house, to pick the right car. You don't know how to pick a lot of things. You just pick it because it's cute. And you go with it. And these companies realize that. They know that they can take advantage of a woman more than they can take advantage of a man because women are ready to jump. I'll never forget it. When me and my husband was going to get a new car one time, baby, they trying to, my husband was sitting there talking to them. And he's like, we just looking, we trying to see what deals we can get. We came, and they trying to sell him on something. And he's like, we came here in the car, right? And the guy looked at him like, he started looking at me and I'm looking at my husband like, no, you ain't gonna try to sell me on it, baby. That's the whole point of having a man who understands this stuff. They see us coming. They'll try to take advantage of us because they know we like cute things. Then it sold us a whole lemon that looks cute, or sold us something where the price is jacked up and we just ready to do it because it's cute. You want to look at me? No, look at him, honey. He's right. We came here in the car, so we ain't rushing to get this. I think they was trying to get us to put it down. We ended up getting that car, no money down, but they be trying to sell you on put money down, and we know you don't have to do that. When you're buying a car, we know you don't have to put money down, but they'll try, and they know he knew that, but they try to look at me because women will, supersede what their husband is saying, or they'll look at you so that they can try to look at you and say, so you could just say, oh, let's just do it. Nope. That's why y'all got to be on the same accord. Nope. He right. We came in the car, so we ain't desperate. So when they realized that, child, you couldn't pull that. We ended up getting the car, no money down, walking out there, signing the paper, getting the car. But for unsuspecting women, they don't know any better. Sometimes they go in there and they get played. Successful MD says, trying to disguise great value. I already did that one. Thank you for the super chat once again. B-Man TV, what's going on? How are you? Says, if women shame the females, we can at least have something to start from. Most women, good or bad, are in the same circles. Exactly. Thank you for the super chat, B-Man TV. I appreciate you so much. It's true, and that's why we have to have a counter. We can't. Everybody can't just think the same way. They're not winning. They're not getting anything from it. They seem like they're not having a good time in the choices that they're making. So you must want some other type of advice. Successful MD says women operate from impulse mindsets. No shade. It's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, I've done it myself and then regretted it and be mad, but I can't be mad at nobody but myself. You don't want to listen. You want to do what you want to do. And then when the outcome, either we rush to do stuff and rush and do it and then make a mistake and then you're mad. Well, that is how we operate. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. I appreciate you. It's the truth. And once again, the truth shall set you free. You need to understand when something is benefiting you versus it not benefiting you, whether you should make changes on things that are not working as opposed to keep sitting there and thinking that somehow you're going to get a different outcome when you keep doing the same old thing, getting the same outcomes. That's just delusional to me. They call that insanity. Because you don't want to do anything and then you just either give up and say, well, the hell with it all, I'm just going, and then complain about that. So yeah, I just think, women get got a lot of times because they see things differently and they think they're winning. And a lot of times they're not, and that's why it's good to have a husband who knows what he's talking about and there to stop that foolery. You know what I'm saying? And for you to understand, also learn from that as well. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things I learned along the way, learn from my husband. Like, look, this is how you do this. This is how, so you learn some things. So, if one day he's not around or whatever, you still know what to do. Nobody can just come and just take advantage of you like a normal, unsuspecting woman who just sees things as cute. Like I learned so much, in a house buying process. I learned so much with that. I know what to look for when getting a house, what's important, all of those things. Because at first, I used to be like, oh well, this one is cute. I like this one, and that's it. Like most women, no, but you learn along the way a few things, that you do better. When you're going to look up stuff, what to say, how to handle it. So you learn that stuff, So, but yeah. Montag says females do not want to hear about your professional and personal challenges and struggles. They will see weakness in the man and lose any respect. A man simply needs to be stronger than that. Let's see. Young people don't listen to older people. That's why it's bad. And not all older people are good advisors. That is true. Theo, that's true. I think dude is confusing masculinity with childishness. I agree with David on the part that women do expect a man to handle her issues that come from impulses and emotions. That's a fact. C. Irving. Yeah, when women make these impulsive decisions, they want men to come in and fix it. But they don't. But at the same time, you don't want a man to control you. If a man tells you, hey, maybe I don't think you should make that decision. I think you should do this, or just wait, or whatever. And a lot of women are impulsive and they want things when they want it, how they want it. So they go and do it anyway. But then if it goes wrong, then they want to blame somebody. But you don't want to be led by a man. You don't really want a man to tell you anything. You want to do what you want to do. But when you make the mistake, you're looking for somebody to blame. You still don't want to take accountability. And that's a problem. You can go, take all your, create this credit card debt, create all this debt that a lot of women have, create all this stuff, spend. But instead of you trying to come up with a plan to minimize your spending and get your stuff in order, you just want a man to come in and pay all your bills for you while you can continue to be reckless. And that's a problem. That's the nature of a lot of women. No accountability means you're free to make any choices you want, do whatever it is you want. And you want a man to be your fixer upper. You want him to fix all the mistakes that you make, because somehow that's what he's supposed to do in their mind. He's supposed to sit there and just allow you to be reckless but be there to fix it all. You create the debt, he's just supposed to pay it. You be reckless, do whatever you want, and he's supposed to fix it. That's not helpful to him. He'll end up losing everything that he's worked hard for, trying to constantly fix your issues, because you're not learning from your mistakes. You're just being allowed to just be as reckless as you want in the name of being a woman, and women can do what they want and empowered while somebody else clean up your mess. That's no. Duke says, we love you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Duke. I appreciate you for the love. But yeah, it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's like, no, I don't think that's what men are. Men don't have to be the cleanup crew. Why do they have to be the cleanup crew to come in and clean up all your mistakes while you just keep creating them and keep making them and thinking that's what a man is for? No. Devon says, I stopped trying to give advice to women because you can't tell them nothing. That's true. Women need to pay their own debt. Just saying. Of course they should. Hard-headed problem makers, hard pass. Stop freely giving up advice unless she asks you. The fact you would date a woman who would not let you talk and lose respect for you is telling who you date. That is hilarious. Most of the time, chicks just I guess need to listen. Devon says a lot of these 40 plus women want a man making $100K to fix their bad financial decisions / debt. Fellas, beware. Exactly. Just want you to listen. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of women who have made poor decisions financially and other way and in every other way as well. And they really want you to come in and be the cleanup man. You hear women say they need a man to come in and change their lives drastically. You want a man to come in and just change your whole entire circumstances, create a new life for you. And then the minimum that a man would ask, or anybody would ask, okay, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you offer the man who you want to do such a major thing for you? Want him to do such this major thing for you? What are you going to offer him? They get lost because they don't think about that. They don't think about offering anything. You just want to take. Successful MD says they see men as a can of Fix-A-Flat after Pookies. Right. And that's why when you ask, okay, so you want a 6 feet tall man now? You want a man who makes 6 figures? Did your ex make 6 figures? A lot of them try to say, yeah, but they know that's not true. Was he 6 feet tall? He was. Yeah, because you was attracted to that, but he didn't make 6 figures. He didn't pay all your bills. He didn't do none of that. He gave you the D that you wanted and gave you a baby. And that's all. That's all you got out of it. And now, he's on to the next. And now you looking for another man to come in and take on you and your baby from the poor choice you made and take care of you, the baby, give you a lifestyle and everything in the world that he can while you just sit back and be who you are. And that's it. That ain't working. Thank you for the super chat, Successful MD. All we want is kindness, appreciation, food, respect, and sex. Success for all. Also, they see men as an ATM. If she created the bill, she had to pay it. I know that's right. Our grandmother never desired to keep up with the Joneses. They desired to be fit, feminine, cooperative, take care of their family and support the husbands. Stop asking her what can she bring and tell her what you need. If she not with your program, leave her. Also, peaceful line, bring back home cooked meals, child. B-Man TV says, my money is my money. Your money is my money. Just tell me what I want to hear. Right. My money is my money. Your money is my money. Just tell me what I want to hear. Child, thank you for the super chat, B-Man TV. Child, it's crazy. If a woman starts bringing up her money problems, she see you as a simp or a stooge. If so, just start bringing up sex and watch how offended she gets. Yeah, that's another one too. And if you're on a date with a woman and she's automatically talking about what she got to pay and all that, red flag. Just be cordial. And either just end the date or whatever. Just because she just trying to see if you gonna pay something for her. Yeah, she just trying to see if you're gonna pay something for her. Or what type of man you are. She's scoping you out. She's trying to see what you gonna do. So yeah, just be aware of that. And I think a lot of men are aware. I think a lot of y'all get it. A lot of men are very aware of the shenanigans these women are playing because they expose themselves. They expose themselves. They didn't think men were paying attention, and they are. And so they expose themselves. So this is the outcomes that you get, So listen, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here, for coming back. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow, you guys. I think I'll do a live tomorrow as well. So make sure y'all hit that notification bell to be notified, so you'll know. But it'll be the same time, 1:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, you guys. Make sure you guys are in the building. Continue to support the channel by watching the videos that are already posted, sharing them and liking them if you can. And also, if you're new here, you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like the content, hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe, you guys. Hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate you guys so much once again. Y'all be safe out here in these streets. Definitely come back tomorrow so you guys can chime in and give me your thoughts. I definitely love hearing your perspective, your thoughts, your concerns, questions, all of that good stuff, because it definitely helps out the channel. And I just like to hear what y'all have to say. So make sure you guys stay tuned in, watch the videos posted on the channel, y'all. Hit the like on those and share them as well. That's definitely going to help the channel out. So shout out to everybody who gave super chats and cash apps. I appreciate you for your support. Everybody who hit the like button, thank you so much for doing that, because that definitely helps the channel out, y'all. So that is it. Y'all be safe out in the streets. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And take care. Be safe. Mwah. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.